Have you thought about creating a shared blog for your class? It's easy to make blogs in Purple Mash, and you'll find blogs you've made under the sharing button at the top. Behind shared blogs. Here are some examples of some blogs Holly Class have made. The Holly Class blog is a simple diary of activities taking place in Holly Class. Each of these items is a post. You can click on a post to view it. This post contains an image, but posts can contain bits of work, images, sounds, videos, and text. Alongside this blog, we've got other shared blogs for Holly Class. One is a trip to the zoo. The children can create posts to write about the different animals they've seen. Blogging might also be a good way to record what happens on the school residential, as blogs can be made public and shared via links and QR codes. For this one here, children blog about their dens. They create dens out of different materials at home and write instructions for making them and post pictures in the dens blog. If children discover things that are scientifically interesting, they could post it on the science blog. You could have a blog to collect children's research on different elements of the topic, for example, Egyptian clothes or housing. You could have a blog for story writing. In this one, you can blog stories that children can read. They could write stories for each other, or they could read stories that you've put up. Blog posts can be commented on. At the bottom of this, if the children have read this story, they could write a comment in the area at the bottom. Blogs in Purple Mash are completely safe. As a teacher, you approve the blog post before it goes live for the other children, and you can approve the comments too. Let's take a look at how to set up and share blogs. Blogging in Purple Mash can be accessed in two ways. One of those ways is via the Sharing tab. When you click on Shared Blogs, you'll see all the blogs that you've got access to and a link to the settings for blogs. Alternatively, you could go to Tools, and under Communicating and Sharing, you'll see To Blog. Both ways take you to the same place. On the left, you'll see two tabs, Class Blogs and Child Blogs. If children have gone into Purple Mash, opened the Tools and To Blog, and created their own blog, you'll be able to see the blogs they've made themselves here. They're the only people that can see their blog apart from you. Today we're going to be looking at class blogs, but just before we start, I just want to show you that you could go into a child's blog and view the blog. And if there was a post in here that you wanted to share with a class blog to share it with the other children, then you can click on it and you can move or copy it to a blog that's shared with the class. So to create a class blog, make sure you've got class blog selected on the left-hand side and click on the green plus at the top. Here you can give your blog a name. You can give it a description, and you can then select some options for design and security and access. You can choose an icon for the blog. You can choose an icon from the gallery, from the wider clip art gallery. You can search, you can choose a file, you can paint a picture, or you can take a photograph. You can choose a cover image for your blog. When you click on the edit pen here, you can choose from blog covers, or again, you can customize this and personalize it as you wish. Under Security and Access, you can choose whether the blog will show pupils' names, or what of the name you want it to show. Beneath that, you can choose whether you want your blog to be visible to the public. If I tick this and then save the blog, I'll be able to extract a QR code and a direct link to this blog, so the public can view it without needing a login to Purple Mash. If the public can view it, you may want the public to be able to comment on it, parents and family perhaps. If you select this, this will allow public comments, but they won't go live onto the blog to be seen by others until you have approved them. In Purple Mash, each pupil can create an avatar. If your blog is visible to public, the name option will be set to automatically hidden, and you can't change this. To the right-hand side of this, you can also choose to hide the children's avatars. You can't skip teacher approval on posts or comments when a blog is visible to public. If the blog is public-facing, then all posts and comments by children, parents, families, anybody who posts on the blog, apart from members of staff attached to that class, will need approving. If a blog is not visible to the public, then you may choose to skip teacher approval, but you must understand that when children put posts on the blog, unless you've got approval turned on, they will automatically be visible to all the other children that blog is shared with. This would usually only be recommended in a lesson situation where all the children are creating blog posts in the lesson where you can see them. And during the lesson, you want them to be able to read each other's posts straight away without you needing to be at the front approving all the blog posts that are being submitted. In the Access area, you can choose who can see the blog, who can comment on the blog, and who can post on the blog. While in this case they're all the same, you could easily make a few changes so that they're slightly different. For example, it could be that the whole school can see the blog, but posts can only be made by, in this case, Bumblebee class, because it's the Bumblebee class blog. Bumblebee could post on the blog and share with the rest of the school the things they've been up to in class. You could have it that Bumblebees can post, the whole school can see it, and the rest of the school could also comment on the posts. When you're happy with how you've set the blog up, click Save to the bottom right. If you've made the blog public and then saved, once you've saved, you'll be able to click on Get Links to copy out the QR code, public URL, or embed code for your blog. If you embed your blog in a school website or external website, when you make changes to your blog in Purple Mash, it will automatically update wherever it's embedded. Once you've made the blog, you can click on View Blog to load the blog. From the Purple Mash homepage, everybody who the blog is shared with, so whether it be the class, the whole school, or a group, anybody logged into Purple Mash that the blog is shared with can go to Sharing, click on Shared Blogs, and find the blog. Once the blog is loaded, you can add a post by clicking on the plus at the top. Give your post a title, a summary, and add the content in here. When you click to add the content, you've got various formatting options along the top here. You can add an image in, you can attach work from Purple Match, and you can also embed an iframe. You can record sound and you can link to external websites. As this post is around my fantastic drawing, I'm going to click to add an image. I could choose from the clip art, but I'm going to go to Choose File to choose my drawing of a bumblebee. I'll pretend I drew this one anyway. So I'm going to import my picture and then save and publish. You'll see there's a couple of different options along here. I could schedule it to be published at a particular date and time that I wish others to see it, or I could save it to draft so I could come back later and finish it or post it at that point. And that's nicely gone onto my blog. So let's have a look what happens when the children view and post on the blog. So Alfie in Bumblebees can go up to the sharing tab and click on shared blogs. And because that blog is shared with his class, he can see the blog here. He can read the post we've just made. He can click on it, he can read the post, and he can comment on it. He can even give me an emoji. You'll see underneath that he's made that comment, but until I've approved it, it's not live on the blog. You can click on the home page to go back to the home page of the blog, and then click on the plus at the top to make his own post. Alfie's going to add a piece of work he's done in Purple Mash. And he's going to save and publish it. You'll notice again here that although Alfie can see his post at the moment, others can't see it until I've approved it as the teacher. If Alfie had made an amazing piece of work that he wanted to share straight to the blog, from the work he could go to the menu to the top left and click on Share. From this list he could click on Blog About Your Work, choose the blog he wants to put the work on, and then create the blog post from here. Although he's not in ToBlog, that Share option will allow the post to be sent straight to the blog he's selected. As the teacher of that class, I will have an alert to tell me the posts have been added and comments are waiting to be approved. I can click on Go To go straight to the posts and comments themselves. If I'm happy with the post, I can click on this slider to approve it. I can make a comment myself if I'd like to. You'll see now that this post is set to approved. Beneath this, I can see Alfie's next post. I can view the post, and if I'm happy with it, I can approve it. On my post, you'll see there is a red speech bubble. There is a comment waiting to be approved. I need to go into the post, read the comment, and approve it if I'm happy. And that's how to make and manage a class blog in Purple Mash. Now we're at the end of this video, I want to direct you to the Teachers area. And in there, we've got a Professional Development tab. In here, you can book a Mash chat with us. So if you'd like to chat through anything, or you've got any questions, these are free half-an-hour sessions that any of you can book.